Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the AfroMattt podcast, or the AfroMattt show, featuring once again your co-host, favorite. Once again, he's here. He's queer. It is Nick McGaylord. What's up, Nick?
Hey, Matt. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for treating me like a friend.
Well, you're not only my friend, you are you're an acquaintance.
Yeah.
You're an acquaintance I've known since kindergarten when I used to eat the brown Play-Doh. And we used to get animal crackers together.
So, what about your...
what about my teeth?
Yeah.
So I got this. You can tell they're whiter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got this thing. I thought it was a scam when I bought it. Crest. It's like this two-step process. This seems like an ad. It's not. I swear to God. But so it's like you do this, and it's the step one, and it's like a regular toothpaste, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then the kicker is the step two. And this stuff is so weird. Like, it comes out like a weird gel. You see it?
Oh, it's like a baby amount. Yeah.
It's like a gel. And then it's like a polish, almost. And it says not to rinse. It specifically says, after step one, do not rinse. So something with this mixes with step two. And, but it numbs my mouth. There's something in it that will, numb my tongue. Because I always scrub my tongue with my toothbrush when I'm brushing my teeth. And lately my tongue has been, why are we even talking about this? This is the podcast.
Okay, so, the antioxidant properties of some things, what I want to talk about is now our food is canned so much, if you get an unhealthy gut or something, you've got to get probiotics to keep living bacteria in your stomach. You literally eat bacteria. That's what that is, and it's better for that.
That's like yogurt.
Canned, we don't want the bacteria, and it's actually been good for you. Kimchi is literally fermented, and it is for the purpose of letting that shit grow in it. It's just like fermented cabbage.
Yeah.
And you eat it. But people
don't they grow that in a pot in the ground?
Yeah, people will put it
Kimchi,
underground.
Yeah.
They say you can smell it when you're on a ship and you're coming in.
Jesus.
You smell all the kimchi.
Kimchi. I know a friend named Kimchi.
It's apparently really good for you. There was a person named Kimchi on Chowder. Remember that cartoon?
Oh, Chowder. I thought you meant Crowder. I'm like, hey now. Well, let's get right back in. Start off the podcast with some plugs. It is AfroMattt with 3 T's on essentially everything. That's my Twitch, my Twitter, my Instagram.
His Steam, his Overwatch.
My Overwatch, that is now banned. I'm now player on Overwatch because my other one got banned. YouTube is AfroMattt, and if you're listening on Spotify or Microsoft Audio or wherever there's a Stitcher. If you're listening on any of those, it is.
If you're listening on Stitcher, get off Stitcher. Why are you on Stitcher?
Who uses?
You're weird.
Stitcher? I don't know who uses. Someone's on an iPad listening on Stitcher right now. I feel like only iPad kids use Stitcher for some reason.
That's definitely, yeah.
But
there's probably an iPad kid gonna listen to this, Matt.
An iPad kid might be listening. If you're listening and you're an iPad kid, type a single
it's funny
letter.
It'll be something he looks back on and be like, oh no. He'll be like, why are they roasting me being on Stitcher? And he's gonna grow up and he's gonna be like, oh no.
He might be freaked out that we're calling him out individually right now in real time.
James.
Dude, now you're calling out my dad. My dad listens.
Wait, is your dad named Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy. No, he hates Jimmy, though. He hates being called Jimmy. He goes by Jim.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wait, what's his full name?
James. You want his maiden name?
What is your dad's real name?
James.
His real first name. Okay.
But everyone just calls him James.
Okay.
Yeah.
James. I feel like is that something you want to follow up on?
No, it's just how Mexicans say James. That's the joke.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be like a Hamud or dragon type thing.
Oh no, you are You're traumatized by it. Everyone gets you with the dragging these nuts. Let's see. And we are done filming with the Guess Who video. So
how Ma's balls taste.
how's oh that's a good one. Like I said, we are done filming with the new episode of Guess Who. I'm editing it. I do all my editing for my YouTube. So, I mean, just give me a second, bro. Yeah, we finished recording. It was pretty funny. We had some good laughs, so you guys should like it. And it's going to be shorter this time, a little bit more bite-sized. Even though I know some of the people liked. Dude, someone commented, the nicest person on the planet. He said, I got 30 minutes into this episode, and I looked at the time and was happy to see there was 20 minutes. I'm like, wow.
That there was still 20 minutes of it?
I'm like, hey, man. I'm like, dude, you're a saint. Why are you on YouTube? I mean, who comments nice. Who comments nice things on YouTube?
Yeah, it's very rare you find a channel where just everyone in the comments is just so supportive and no one's talking shit.
Except that Bob Ebos or something, whatever his name was.
Bob Ebos. This is subpar.
Quit. I got a good video out of it though.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start off with a bit of a story time. Nick, do you have a story time, or do you want me to go first?
I've got a story time. I saw this kid in a wheelchair, and I couldn't stand it.
He couldn't stand up. He was a real stand-up guy. Is that it?
That's all I got.
You just hate the disabled. You just want to throw that out there?
Yeah.
I couldn't stand this guy in a wheelchair. I will say though, if the only reason you use a mobile cart in Walmart is because you're fat, I mean, you can use the walk around Walmart. Let's be honest.
That's just such an excuse. When you're fat and it's a disability, like they're literally catering to being fat.
Dude, we have those
like
at
you
home.
should be humiliated that you have to walk around Walmart and it hurts and it's sad.
I saw a trail of 3 of them going down an aisle. I'm like,
they get stuck. They try to ask you to hand them something off the shelf. So like, and you're like, what the fuck? I can't hear you because your face is hidden by your fucking fat cheeks.
Are you being fat phobic right now, Nick?
I hate fat people.
I hate
if you're
fat people
there's
too.
Something you can do about it.
Well, I will say,
not the 0.0001% of people that have a genetic problem and can't do anything about their obesity.
Look, if fat is beautiful, then why would you get mad if I say you're ugly? If I call you fat and fat is beautiful,
you're obviously insecure about it.
Obviously.
If you weren't insecure about it, then you wouldn't fucking care.
You wouldn't be upset about it. So if you're getting upset at it, you obviously don't like being fat. So do something about it.
I just like, I don't know, being able to stand up on my own.
I mean, true. Dude, I was at Home Depot, and where I'm employed, because I'm a piece of shit. But so I was radioing because there was a customer. I'm like, I need one of those carts that we use for the fat people on accident, just like out of habit. And they're like one mobile cart coming up, and they drove it down. It was bad.
But you
just
got
by
it for
habit.
A fat person?
Just by habit. Yeah.
That's actually hilarious.
It was pretty bad. You
should have just kept shaming him. Fat. He probably looks like he's an alcoholic too. That's probably where.
Go over on the overhead. Ladies and gentlemen, please clear the aisles. We have a fat motor scooterist. He's going to need at least 2 persons width.
Oh crap! I did not mean to do that over the real intercom. I meant to do it over the walkie.
The owner of the car out front, you are fat. Just over the radio.
The car out front, the 2016 Hyundai, you're fat as fuck.
To the owner of the mobile scooter out front, you're a fat ass. Go work out.
While you're here, get some salad.
Switch to Diet Coke. You'll thank me. Although
Diet
Trump did have Trump had a great quote. One of his tweets before he got banned was, he said, I've never seen a fat person, or I've never seen a skinny person drinking Diet Coke, which is a good point, right?
I mean, it is true. I've never seen someone in top physical condition drinking soda in general, but they didn't even make the decision to go with diet.
Well, I'm in peak physical condition, and let me...
Agua.
Agua. That's a throwback to
Agua.
last episode where we talked about Ronaldo. All right, I have a story time that actually happened today.
Agua.
That's a ton of water. You have a gallon jug of water. Jesus Christ.
It's because we ran out of water bottles, and I don't want to just use the Brita filter.
Yeah.
So I just got a gallon. It'll last me like 2 days.
They put fluoride in the tap, bro.
Yeah, and it censors what you're allowed to see.
And
you kidding me?
Brita's in on it, and their filters filter everything but fluoride.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking a big chug. Nice. I'm hoping to get you with a spit take. If I can do something, if I can get you.
Okay,
with
do you want me to?
No.
If you have something you want me to do, like.
Okay.
That's what they used to do on Smosh. They do harmonicas now, but they would put the water in their mouth, and they would lose the "If You Laugh" challenge by if they fucking did that. It looked fun. I wish we had more friends. We could do that.
What?
To try not to laugh. You just come out and you do a bit.
Yeah, I actually I do remember that one. There was one where she came out and she's like, "What's one good thing about schools being closed because of COVID?" And then he's like, he can't say anything because he has water in his mouth. And then she's like, "At least pedophiles can drive through them now," or something like that. I don't know, but it was got him good.
A couple of the guys on there are like actual actors too. That were in like the Goldbergs. If you've ever watched that.
The Goldbergs.
I don't know how they got
Goldbergs. Them. Oh yeah. With what's that guy's name? Something Green.
I don't know.
He's the guy from Curb, right? The Bloombergs. I know. I know.
No, the Goldbergs.
The Goldbergs. Oh, not the Bloombergs. That's
Michael Bloomberg.
Oh my Christ. Christ on a cross. Okay, here it is. Oh wait, do I know this? Oh yeah, I do. What's this guy's name? I know him.
Your stream is showing black for me.
Patton Oswalt? No, not him. What is that guy's name? Dude, this is gonna kill me if I don't get it.
Who? What?
What's this guy's name?
Oh, just look up Goldberg's cast.
Dude, this guy...
Is he in Curb?
Yes, he's in Curb, and he's like a main character. He's something Green, I think, right?
I don't know.
The
just look up
Goldberg's cast. Are you kidding me?
Dude, just click it. Just click it. Full cast and crew.
Dude, why is he so far? Isn't he like the main character? I'm gonna...
No, go up. Just go on the IMDb page. We're spending too much time on this.
I know. This is useless too, but I mean...
Oh my god, there's no pictures. What has happened?
Why? The second I want to find his name. Dude,
Jeff Garlin.
Jeff Garlin. Dude, how do you get that so fast?
I just looked up Goldberg dad.
Goldberg's dad. Wow. God, I hate when I can't remember someone's name. I think I know why I said his name was Green. Is because his name is Jeff Green in the TV show that he plays in Curb. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
All right, here's my story time. Today, I went to it was like a public concert, right? It's like First Friday, they do like a bunch of random shit. But this public concert's going on. It's like free of charge or whatever. There's like a grassy knoll out there. People are sitting on blankets and stuff. And this lady comes out and she's like, "Hey, how are we doing today?" Whatever. And everyone's like, "Okay, yeah, what's up?" And she's like, "I just wanted to come out and say that because the people that were putting it on were part of a museum, right? It's part of the museum around here. So she comes out and says, she's like, I know, she's like, I just want to make it known that we know the part to play that museums have in colonization, and we just want to thank indigenous people and Asians. We're here for you. And she's just going off on this. I feel like I have a video. Let me do it. Let me see if I can get the video on. Because this shit was wild. I almost couldn't believe what I was hearing, because I'm like, this is like a real person, and this is like, it's unfathomable that people think that this is like a real issue. Like, obviously no one in the whole audience could care less. But yeah, so that got me. Dude, she was saying some random, but yeah, that's my story.
So she felt bad for working for colonizers.
She's like, I just want to thank the indigenous people. We know that we took their land, and we know the part of the play that museums have in colonization, and I understand that. And all the time while she's talking, she's under a giant Coca-Cola banner. I'm like, dude, it's like, just, again, irony, bro. But yeah, that's my story. I was pissed. I do have another story. I was door dashing the other day to, actually, I want to tell this story because it was traumatizing for Tasha. It happened just now too. It's crazy. But dude, do you remember when you were driving for Papa John's and you had that crackhead stop you?
Yeah, and he's asking me, like, what time I get off work. Do I want crack speed?
Well, didn't he, like, block you in?
Yeah.
How did you get out of that?
I told him that I wasn't going to tell him shit and to get out of my way. And then he followed me when I got out of my car. And I said some other things to him that made him leave, but I was so sketched out.
Jesus Christ.
That I'm not going to say on the podcast.
Yeah. I'm sure it was...
it wasn't nice at all.
It was nice.
Not very nice.
Damn, you're a brave soul. I don't know... Damn, yeah. It's so hard putting yourself in that situation. Like, okay, I'll just say what happened. So Tosh was door dashing tonight, just before we started this podcast, and she went out for like one more dash. Right, her dash timer was up in 2 minutes. She goes up for one more dash. She pulls up to the place, parks her car in this empty parking spot, the only one that's open. She goes in. She said maybe 2 minutes max because she hates being in this. She hates delivering to this place. She comes out and there's a car parked right behind her, fully boxing her into her spot. And she comes out and then there's this woman out there. She's like, "Is this your car?" And she's like, "Yeah." And now she's starting to get a little freaked out. And she's like, "Who?" The lady screams at her. She's like, "Who are you with?" And she's like, "I'm just a door dasher." And she's like, "I don't believe you. You stole my husband's parking spot." And then he's in the car, and he like rolls down his window, and he's glaring at her. So now Tasha's getting scared. She's like 2v1'd in this situation. She gets in the car, and then the dude's
it's like I'm leaving.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So she gets in the car, and then the dude's like yelling at her. He's like, "We're calling a tow truck right now. Don't move, or whatever." And so she's starting like seriously fear for her, like they're coming towards her window and stuff. So she puts it in reverse, she puts it in reverse a little bit, and then jumps the curb and drives on the lawn out of the parking lot and just zooms. She said she sped home, and the dude was chasing her, following her on foot like a zombie movie, screaming at her in her rear view mirror.
Because she parked in his spot.
Yeah, so she comes home, and I'm just here like waiting for you to start pod. And she comes in, and she's like shaking like a leaf. I'm like, "Oh my God, what the fuck happened?" So she explains all this shit. I'm like, dude, that must have been so traumatizing. And then because it's almost the 4th of July. Go America. There's fireworks going off, and she's so traumatized. She thinks the dude's here to knock on the door. So I'm like, okay, look, Tasha, if it makes you feel better, I'll fully load my gun. I have it sitting here. If that makes you feel better, we're good, okay? But, I mean, it is like, I'm like, she's lucky that her car can even hop a curb. If I was in that situation, my car's too compact to even hop a curb.
It sounds like because they're so crazy, there's nothing Natasha. The bad thing is like you don't want those type of things to become battles of ego, you know? So like, but if they're just going crazy after Natasha's still like, it's okay, I'm going to leave if she's there for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And also to keep yourself out of harm's way, if she's uncomfortable, it doesn't even matter if you're working or blah, blah, blah DoorDash. It's not worth whatever the fuck those guys might do to you. Like
Tasha
just don't take the delivery.
Well, no, she was coming back from having delivered it.
I know, but I'm saying if you know it's to there, just don't even
That's
take
what
it.
she said. That's what she said. After this, I'm like, yeah, don't take to that place again. But yeah, that's...
Where is
crazy.
this place?
It's I'll tell you after the podcast because I don't want to like blast it out there to anyone who's listening.
That guy, like, what was he gonna do? The tow truck? Natasha should have just called the police.
Well, he said that they called the police.
Oh, someone parked in my parking spot to deliver a DoorDash. She's gonna get arrested. She wouldn't even
get a ticket. But the thing is, they didn't believe that she was with DoorDash. They're like, "Who are you with?" And they're like, "We don't believe you. We don't believe you. Who are you with?"
Maybe someone's been like stealing his parking spot every day, and he just snapped.
Obviously, they have some sort of prior.
They have some beef with another neighbor or something.
Yeah, but she was.
And they're calling the police over it. They should just go to whoever owns the apartments or whatever.
Understandably, I mean, she is traumatized, bro. She went like straight to bed. I'm like, that is a lot. I'm like, it's bad.
She'll cool down after a couple days.
Dude, it's bad when I don't even know how I would react to that situation. I'm like, Tosh, you're brave. Like jumping a curb, that's some Indiana Jones shit.
Yeah, well, the guy's chasing her.
Yeah, I would. I think in that situation, I would de-escalate the situation by just starting to jerk the dude off.
I used to go to this place to do things with a girl, and it was someone else's property.
Study?
But there was
Bible study,
and there was no one else ever there. And it was like this rich ass property, but it was so big. And I went in there, and there's like this little thing you can drive into, and it's the back thing.
Oh, I know the girl.
Leaving, and I come out, and there's dudes that are fucking like sitting there in suits, just waiting with the road blocked off, with their arms crossed, just looking at us.
Wait, what type of suits? Like button up, suit and tie?
Yeah.
Like CIA type shit?
One was dressed like business casual. The other one was wearing a suit.
What?
And they were just staying out of their car, blocking off the road. So there was like this like side path with a little ramp, and this is the old Ford 500. Took that ramp and went around and dipped out of there when they thought they had me blocked off.
Wait, why did they block you off?
Because
do you have any
sure they knew what I was doing in there, and it was private property.
Oh, but it's her house, right? She invited you over.
No, this isn't their house. I just went to some random rich person's house.
Okay, this story has turned into something completely different. You and a woman broke into a house to have sex?
No, we did not break into a house.
Okay,
I went onto this person's
I'm like, whatever
property.
gets you off, Nick, but that's
crazy. They have
crazy.
this little building in the back.
Okay. I get it now. But I thought the only way that you can come is if you're breaking and entering.
I like to start a fire and see if I can finish before I die.
Damn, Nick. He's a kinky motherfucker, bro. All right.
But yeah, that stuff is just fucking scary.
Yeah, dude, this is how much of a pussy I am. I have multiple occasions had the opportunity to make double or triple times during nighttime, and I'm just too much. The dark. I just don't like the dark.
It's not good. And then you got to be scared anytime you're walking to your car or anything. Anytime you get out of your car, or you're in a spot where you could get easily trapped, or you're just walking alone. Those are the times that you get fucking mugged or robbed, or people like that.
Like even taking out the trash. I'm turning into Usain Bolt to take out the fucking trash, bro. If you put me and Usain Bolt and he starts at the trash can and I start at the trash can, I think I might win. Complete honesty here.
There is some kids not too long ago, like within the last year, that would.
But
go
if I'm
around
if I'm ahead of him, it's just gonna look like I'm running from a black guy. In
everyone,
that race.
everyone was posting about it for the city I live in. Like, have you seen these kids? They'd go out at like 2 a.m. and wear masks, and then just stand and look in people's windows in
That's
their
gang
houses.
stalking. Wait, gang stalking's real?
It was happening around here, and I was like, if these kids are just trying to be funny and prank people, like they're gonna get shot.
Dude, that gave me the shivers, bro. Now that
Yeah, imagine
no,
you look
seriously,
over, someone's just look at your window and you see someone peeping in and they're wearing a mask.
yeah, you cock the gun and start waving it around. Start popping some shots off.
You fucking boogie.
You put in
And you
boogie
just shoot-
2298. Yeah. That's a good thing about fireworks is you can stock up on warning shots.
Warning shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stock up on warning shots.
You stock
Everyone
up on
thinks it's
warning
fireworks.
shots. Yeah.
I'm like, damn, that sounds like someone just got shot next door. That must have been a big fucking mortar.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
God
sir.
damn. That one was probably expensive. $100 firework right there.
All right. Let's.
Oh, and someone's screaming because they thought it was so beautiful.
Oh my God, they love that firework. They're in ecstasy.
My God, they sound like they're dying. They cannot
I
believe
think
that
someone
firework.
got hit with that firework. Someone's screaming, "Help me!" because they want to load another mortar. They need help. That's so fun. Okay. All right. We're going to kick it to an ad break real quick, and I have to go pee, but we'll be right back with regularly scheduled program. This is NPR. Yo, thanks for listening so far. We only have one ad today, so that's just a little bit later, but once again, if you like this type of podcast or if you like us, just share it with a friend. That's pretty much the most help that we can get. We don't need your money. We don't need anything. Just spread the word. That being said, let's hop right back into the middle of a conversation.
Been basically saying you don't need guns, and why do you even think your AR-15 would do anything against our government?
Oh,
He was saying like you would need nukes and tanks to take care of our government. I'm like, that does not make people want guns less. That is something an evil person would say.
yeah, 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 dude.
He's trying to tell people you're fucked. Don't even try. We are in power, which is what the Second Amendment is there for in the first place.
Listen, yeah, the reason they gave the right to bear arms is because they had just finished fighting a war and they knew they needed them. Without them, they would have never received freedom. So if you ever take those away, if you take away the guns, you take away the chance at overthrow.
Well, it's also the civilian way of keeping the government in check.
Mm-hmm. It's like the government within itself has checks and balances, but there's more of us than there are of them, you know?
But it's just like the little bit at a time. If they take it and they take it and they take it, suddenly you're going to be disarmed.
Very true.
And you're not even going to know what happened.
Very true.
Buy as many guns as you can, audience. I'm talking to you,
Jimmy.
Tanisha. Oh.
All right. Speaking of America, it is the 4th of this is our 4th of July special, Nick. 4th of July special. Technically 4th of July is tomorrow, but I've got some
I think we should talk about Abraham Lincoln.
That wasn't way after 4th of July.
Yeah, but he's cool.
And he freed the slaves. So that makes him even cooler.
I mean, that's truly free. We got free from Britain, but they got free from white people.
That is true. Yeah.
Like, they're like, really? You guys went to war over a tax on tea?
Isn't that why we went to war, though?
They love their
Actually,
tea, bro.
No taxation. It's honestly started with money. No taxation without representation. We didn't have a representative in Parliament, British Parliament. So we didn't think that we should be taxed. And then we stated that, no taxation without representation. And they didn't like that. They're like, no, you'll still be taxed and you'll have no say in our government still. And we're like, all right, well, if you're gonna be like that, well then God
Here's the
fucked
breakup
the queen.
letter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they're like, if you're gonna tax our tea, we're gonna pay that tax on the tea and then dump it in the water, because screw you. And we're gonna dress as Indians when we do it. Which I think is true. Is that true?
You brought that up before. I'm pretty sure it's
I
not
think
true.
it's true.
It might be true.
There must be a reason why that's stuck in my head. I want to say maybe it's because it's a Charlie Brown episode, and I think they dressed up as Indians when they dumped the tea or something. Maybe I'm just a real
Fuck the
piece
British,
of trash. When I was a kid, I used to think everyone celebrated 4th of July. But what do you think about it? British probably celebrates it for the opposite reason.
You're talking to a guy
They're
like on the
sad.
internet. You're like, "What'd you guys do for the 4th?" And they're like, "The 4th of what?
The
What you talk about?"
the day we lost you.
I wonder how they teach it. They're like, "Yeah, we didn't want it, so we just gave it to them. That's why we sent so many ships and people to try to reclaim the land.
Yeah.
But we didn't want it. We let them
We
have
were
it."
scrappy too. Americans were scrappy. We were like Vietnam, and the British were like America. The trees
Yeah.
were talking. Literally, the trees were talking. We were Americans
They're like, "Well,
hiding in
I
the
was
trees.
standing in a line to have a proper fight.
I was walking up.
Suddenly we're all dead, and I haven't seen anyone."
I was walking up to George Washington to give him a handshake, and I got sniped in me head. They ambushed us at midnight.
Think about that. I wonder if there was like BM, like you shoot someone while they're filling their musket back up with gunpowder and
No,
a freaking ball.
Dude, that happened all the time for
Is
sure.
that's BM? That's BM. Like, was there etiquette? Like it was so posh and stupid.
Did they
that I wonder
have
if there was
rifling?
etiquette. We did.
We did.
We put rifling in our guns first. They
Ah,
didn't. It's
do
one
you
of the
think-
things that was crazy.
Yeah.
Made them way
Dude,
more
there
accurate.
are so many things that could have happened. Like if you look at the American Revolution, there are so many things that could have happened along the line that would have led to us not being free. Like so many things had to, like our timeline that we're in is like the perfect timeline for America's revolution. Like God, I wish I knew more about history, but there's so many if you look into it. There's so many parts where it's like if we weren't here at this exact time, I think there was a war where where one of the generals literally wanted to. This is so vague. This is so vague. One of the generals wanted to attack them, but like their horses got sick or some shit, so they literally couldn't. And then they realized that they weren't there and they had flanked or some shit. You know?
It could have just been the British could have come over and talked to the Native Americans and said, "Hey, help us because I see these guys taking your land, and we're gonna let you keep this land," and then kill them all anyway.
Well, that's obviously what the
that's
British would
the
have
thing.
done.
That was a joke I saw in that Netflix thing. Well, it wasn't a joke, but it made me think of that. How like there was a joke in the thing where he's like, "Hey, if you help us have a revolution against the British, we'll help you out." And then the guy helps, and then they take all their land.
I think this is a fact that America has not upheld a single promise to Native Americans ever. They've signed multiple treaties with Native Americans, and they have never once.
Well, they let them have their reservations.
Well, they always move
with
them.
Casinos.
The thing is, well, I mean, yeah, who doesn't love a good casino?
Did you know it's a stereotype that Native Americans are like crazy alcoholics?
Alcoholics, yeah. It's
I didn't know that was one,
it's,
and that they're super lazy.
Is it? Is that true?
Yes.
They call it fire water. That's alcohol. I am drinking wine.
Fire water.
I am drinks fire water at night alone. All right, let's move on. This is cries my. I am cries myself to sleep. I am cries in shower. Okay, this joke has gone on.
I have divorce every year.
I am married with 3 kids.
I have lost kids in divorce.
Okay, as funny as it is, imagine if we still named our like we still named people like of what they were known, like Long Dong. I am
It's not
Long
even
Dong.
that.
I am Long
I am
Johnson.
Long John.
I am Long Johnson. Okay.
We still kind of do. Cardi B has a lot of cards. A lot of people don't know this. She's like in a
you know she came up with her name because
Cardi.
of Bacardi.
Nope, she's a magician.
Okay.
She makes men go to sleep. She hypnotizes them,
and then
she robs them.
Oh, nice. You know who else puts people to sleep and then
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Let's get right into the news. Free Britney. Free Britney was a
Stream is black.
Oh, yeah. My bad. All right, so Free Britney was a thing going on for a while. It's like, so Britney Spears, if you don't know, she was trying to get out of a conservatorship. Do you know anything about this? There was a,
No.
There was
I'm back.
There was a show on Hulu called Free Britney. And essentially Britney Spears is trying to get out of a conservatorship her dad owns. So a conservatorship means that you're not mentally fit or physically fit to take care of your wealth. So someone legally owns all your money, right? So she has not had control of her money since she shaved her head, right? So she's like, she went to court to try to prove that she can take control of her money or whatever. And her dad's making all these weird deals with like lawyers and stuff to keep the conservatorship because he's making so much money off of it. And she was just denied request to have her father removed from her conservatorship. That's why I say free Britney and missed, because we didn't free Britney, but we did free someone else. Drum roll, please. It's Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby has been released from prison.
It ain't true. He did not drug them pudding pops.
Well, the thing is,
you always saw the clips. That's why he was so silly, because he knew it was all bullshit and he was getting out of it when he's like looking back and forth when they're walking him out of the courthouse.
Well, the thing is, it's still true. He still raped a lot of women. It's true. Just the court can't convict. True? Yes, the court can't convict them. Here, let me. Why? This guy explains
proof?
It. Yeah. No, not because they don't have enough truth.
The TikTok lawyer explains it.
Yeah, this TikTok lawyer explains it. But let me give you a quick synopsis.
Officer, I will not take a drug test. Bam.
Wakes up in heaven.
Yeah.
So essentially, there is a case that he did where he pled guilty to multiple ones, and the court ruled that they can't use that ever again in a different trial. And during his new trial, and during his new trial, they used that, and therefore it nulled the whole trial. So he was released.
Because he can't be tried for the same crime twice.
Yeah.
Tiny mistake. Just freed Bill Cosby.
Wait, so they did get more evidence and they tried to come back for it, and you just couldn't do it. So it is confirmed that he did rape people, though. But he's just getting away with it because of the stupid rules.
Bill Cosby.
Yeah, it's so bureaucratic, it's retarded.
Back in 2005, the DA said he wouldn't go after Bill for those crimes.
Can you hear this?
And that was mistake number one. So relying on that, Bill waived the fifth and gave incriminating testimony at the civil trial for money. Then in 2015, a new DA got a conviction against Bill using new evidence, but also mistake number two, the old testimony. The court basically ruled that using Bill's old testimony destroyed the entire case because he was misled to waive his rights. Had the second DA not introduced that testimony, Bill may still be in jail. So who made the bigger mistake, the first DA or the second? Comment below.
DA is
Wait, so their argument was that they were setting him up?
Yeah, they coerced him into giving information in his first testimony. And if they did coerce him into giving, because they gave him a ton of money to incriminate himself, they said that because that was used as precedent or some shit, that it nulls the whole case. So
the whole thing is just bullshit. So
Bill Cosby's on the loose. Get your drinks ready, ladies.
Running wild. Put them lids on.
Put them lids on, baby. Oh, here's the video that loaded from. I got a quick video of the lady who was in my story time who was giving the speech. I just caught the last.
Past, present, and future. We choose to intentionally hold ourselves accountable to appropriate conversation, representation, connection, and education to facilitate a space of measurable change. This evening...
Oh, you missed it, Matt.
Well, that's it. That was the end of it. But I mean, she's like, just hold ourselves accountable. That that good shit. But yeah, Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby's on the loose. Nick, what are you gonna do? What are you
I'm
gonna
start
do?
watching Little Bill again.
Was he in that?
No, I don't
Wait,
think he
is
was
that
in
Little
that,
Bill?
but Little Bill was supposed to be baby Bill Cosby.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait. No way. I'm looking this up. Was Little Bill... The first thing that pops up is Bill Cosby. Was Little Bill about Bill Cosby?
Based on Bill Cosby's Little Bill
It was
series.
it was created by Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Wow. That blows my mind. He looks like Jay-Z. Not Bill
I love
Cosby.
Little Bill.
Little Bill. Who knew he would grow up to be this?
Yeah, Little Bill was raping.
Little Bill. Interesting.
Isn't it so sad to see your heroes become bad people?
I never really was into Bill Cosby, so I'm sure it sucks for people that like Bill Cosby, but
Well, it's the least of their worries. It's just like, damn. Like, imagine how people felt when that Pee Wee whatever guy masturbated.
Pee Wee
in the
Herman?
adult-
dude,
Yeah.
what do you expect someone to do in an adult film? Not have their dick in their hand?
No, they're fucking edging themselves for later that night.
Nah, who does that, bro?
You need blue balls so you shoot across the room when you nut when you get home.
God damn. All right. It is the end of the world, Nick. It is end times. Nick, we are living. I'm going to play you clips, and I want you to tell me that we're not living in end times. Here we go.
Okay. I'll do whatever you say.
Look at this! This is great day! We are being flooded right now at Zion National Park. Our cars are probably gonna go off the cliff. Our cars are probably gonna go off the cliff, Mike! Is that your seat? No, but that's my car, and you know I got full coverage.
So this was all.
I got full coverage. They're talking about their insurance.
Yeah, they're talking about their insurance. I got full coverage. Don't worry about it. No, but this is like all within the span of this week. Is everything I'm going to show you is this week.
Okay.
So this guy's being flooded. His cars are going down the hill.
Full coverage, baby!
I got full coverage, baby. Let's go.
Be careful! Be careful!
And there's a giant river flowing down this road.
Be careful! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, dude! Oh my gosh! Dude!
It doesn't even
Oh
look
my
like
gosh.
it's raining that hard.
I know that's the
It
crazy
must
part.
be in like a valley or something.
Dude, look how much water, Mike! Mike, look at that! Look how much freaking water is this!
Those do look like heavy droplets though.
Yeah.
But there's that.
I want to follow up to that. I want to see the cars go crazy.
And then we've got this. This is all within this week. This was posted 3 days ago. It's currently winter in Brazil, and people in the south are seeing snow for the first time in their lifetime. So this is a bunch of Brazil people in Brazil seeing snow for the first time. It's snowing in Brazil. It's flooding in Kansas, wherever the fuck that was.
Maravilhoso. Eu nunca tinha visto assim.
Mas que nevasca maravilhosa.
Eu gravei.
And in Seattle, it is hotter. Portland, Oregon soared to 116 degrees, hotter than Dallas, Miami, and LA have ever been. In Seattle. The world is collapsing before us. And that's not even the kicker. This, what I'm about to show you, happened tonight. Let me show you. And it looks like a scene out of a movie, The End of the World. This is out in the ocean. This is not a movie. This is real life. That is
that
real
a
footage.
ship?
That
What
is
is this?
that is an oil tanker, and this is water that is on fire.
Well, the oil's burning then.
The water's on fire.
Well, if you put oil on water, the water can burn still. That happens when stuff crashes. That's not because climate change.
No, nothing. No. I know, but it's just shit's crazy. Look at this shit. They're trying to put it out. I don't know what this kid's doing.
Yeah, that kid's got a limp dick. Look at him. He's like, I'm doing it. I'm doing my job.
Look at me, Dad. So yeah, there's a giant fire burning off the coast of an oil pipeline. It is hotter in New York.
Oh, the Gulf of Mexico on fire because of a pipeline ruptured.
Yeah.
Is this going to be the same kind of thing as the old BP oil spill?
No, that was just a spill. Nothing caught on fire. That was just some fucking ducks that got oily. Let's be honest.
Dude, it's kind of a big deal. Dude, some ducks just couldn't fly, so they died.
It's just some oily
It was
ducks.
just like
Let's
3
chill.
ducks. Like that's our oil. We didn't just leave that shit to kill them. We got it out immediately. It was actually done in like a week.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a big deal.
Mm-mm.
If anyone remembers it being a big deal, they're lying.
Not a big deal. I stand with big BP. I stand with big oil. What was I saying? What was I
The
just
world is
saying?
ending.
The world is ending. We have and just yesterday, or no, just 4 days ago, it is hotter in New York than it is in Hawaii. The heat wave, and then now it's flooding. We had flooding here where we are a couple days ago. It's snowing in Brazil.
Kind of bad recently.
Portland's on fire. California's about to start another wildfire. Mark my words. Half of California will be burned down. There's going to be Actually, I don't want to start making claims.
We're not even
there's gonna
supposed to flood that bad. We're like the Ozark Mountains, right? And especially
Yeah.
where I live, it's like even higher in elevation. It's supposed to like not flood, but it has been flooding.
Nick, make a prediction on what the next tragedy is going to be. What's the next mark for the end of the world? Aliens are here.
The active pool under Yellowstone is going to explode.
Oh, dude, if you start rumbling,
They say it can happen anytime.
If Yellowstone starts rumbling, I'm going. Nick, what are you going to do if you know that you are on the
It's gonna
continent
affect
that
everybody.
I know, but
Like, it's huge.
you're on the continent.
Everybody in the state is going to see ash falling.
Not only that, the rupture, the pressure that's in
country.
there will destroy the state it's in. Like fissures. And then you have the ash. The ash will coat the whole globe. They said the globe will be coated in ash. It will rain ash in Japan from this explosion.
Do you think people like in other countries read about like what if Yellowstone actually erupted?
I don't know. I mean,
And
I
they're
see.
like-
I went to Yellowstone. I saw a lot of Asians there, so maybe they're trying to.
They're like,
Get-
oh fuck, this gonna kill us. Oh no. Take picture.
Okay. We've made fun of Indians. We've made fun of Asians. We have to make fun of some white people, eventually. Okay.
That's what we make fun of.
All right. Yeah. No, Nick. Is in all seriousness, what would you do if you knew Yellowstone was erupting? Like it started grumbling, and you knew that.
If I was near Yellowstone while it was happening, I would just pull out my gun and suck on it like a lollipop.
Okay. No, I'm telling you. No, you're here where we are in Arkansas, and you hear rumblings of Yellowstone.
Like I don't think it would kill us.
Are
I
you
think
kidding?
It's north enough. That's on the very north of the United States.
I know, but you have to think
Or
long
super
term.
south.
It would cause a ice age. Because of all the ash in the air, it's like blocks out the sun. It would be like night for days.
I'd tough it out.
You tough it out?
I'd just tough it out.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, what am I gonna do?
It would cause mass chaos. Imagine the looting. Oh, imagine the looting. I might get
Especially on,
myself
like,
a
the
new
outer skirts
PS4.
that are like half covered in lava.
I think I could tough it out. I could use a new PS4.
There's gonna
graphics
be
card.
dudes fucking doing the floor is lava, jumping around the different pillars to get into the Walmart and steal all the shit.
Yeah, literally the floor is lava. I'm going to say this right now. It's getting, and I don't want to make light of the situation. Just we're in the end of the world. This podcast is taking place, and we are going towards the end times. The end is nigh, right? So tell your loved ones you love them, or don't, right? Tell the people you hate to lose my number, which I've done. And because this is when you need to get your affairs in order, call your lawyer, affairs in order, because end times are coming. The rich elite run the country. There's nothing we can do about it. It is a hurricane's going to come through. It's going to be called Hurricane. There's already a Hurricane Matthew. A Hurricane Nicholas, let's say, is going to come in. It's almost hurricane season. It's going to come in the coast, sweep through New York, chaos, and it'll fizzle out like near Boston or some shit, right? Along the coast. And then at the same time, on the other side, the fissure, the fault line on California's going to crack and create a giant, massive volcano, like lava will rupture through the crack, and people in California will be like, "Oh my God, what do we do? Should we ask the lava its gender?" I'm kidding.
The Yosemite explosion causes a tectonic shift, and then everything is moving, and it creates a tsunami, and then it hits Japan again. And it's the other side of Japan this time.
Oh God. Oh Christ, dude. And then aliens decide to fly through, and our government thinks that it's a sign of war, so they nuke China because that's the only people that it could be. And then China sees that we're nuking them, and then they shoot a nuke at us, and then we shoot one at Russia saying "fuck you," and then Russia says "fuck Britain" for no reason. So we all nuke each other.
And then Britain's pissed. It's like, "Oh, I'm gonna nuke everyone then."
Hello, boy, bruv.
Think about those little countries that want nuclear power, and it's just like, dude, we send 2 of those to your country, and it is never coming back.
Do you think that the reason aliens don't talk to any of us is because they're scared of losing their job?
What do you mean?
Like they show up, they're like, "Hey guys," and then we just start nuking
they just
each
really
other.
want to talk, but they're not allowed to talk.
Like we just start nuking each other.
And they're like, "Are you? We have been observing these guys for 4,000.
You talk to
years.
them, Greg.
You had one
Greg.
job. You had one job.
Greg, you talked to them once. 2 million years of evolution. You talk to them once, and they start nuking each other out of fear. Are you fucking kidding me? Greg's just sitting there like, I messed up. I'm sorry. Was that wrong? Was it wrong? Was that what I did was wrong?
There was another thing that the guy, that made the Bob Lazar documentary posted on his Instagram, and it was another one caught on a Navy ship, and there was just a bunch of like blinking lights in the sky doing it, and then they were making different shapes, and they came over them, and they were concluding that like these guys only do this over military stuff because they're like speculating because they think they know that's the people that would have the best technology to capture it, and because they want to be observed. It seems like they would obviously know they're being looked at. If they could just zip in and out and then just be gone,
I've got a huge recommend. I've got a huge recommend for anyone listening. Arrival. I think it's on Amazon Prime Video. Best alien movie I have ever seen. It is the complete opposite of Independence Day, where Independence Day is about like blowing up the aliens. This is the complete opposite. It's like more dramatic and artistic, and it's based off of a book, and this woman has to communicate with the aliens. She's like a professional linguist, and she has to learn their language so they can figure out why they're there. And as she learns the language, she uncovers secrets about what the language unfolds. And then, dude, it's just such a good movie. The twist is god tier. And it had me thinking for like days after. Another huge recommend, Loki on Disney Plus. Nick, have you seen any of it?
No.
Dude, I usually hate the Disney episode series, but this one actually is so good. Actually is so good. It's about Loki. It's almost like Loki meets Rick and Morty, because he gets this portal gun and he can go through different like timelines. It's so dope. It's super cool. But that's my two recommends. They're on episode 4 and they just had their mid-season finale. Awesome. Huge cliffhanger.
That's epic.
Let's see. Let's move on to We Live in a Simulation. I saw these
That's all we
videos.
talk about UFOs, Matt.
What?
It's actually happening. It's finally happening. There's
What?
more getting released every single day that we know we're being observed by something. We have no idea who it is. We just know it's not another country.
Dude, the craziest thing about aliens
And no one's talking about it still.
is like, why don't they, if they were aggressive, they have the technology to just kill us probably. So why don't they? Are they studying us? Are we them?
Imagine, like, if they have the power to warp, like what Bob Lazar was saying in the thing, and all of it's been unclassified, and like all the shit that he said is that could be confirmed is true later after they deleted his existence, is that they use this element to warp gravity in front of them. And if you know how black hole works, like they just warp the gravity and then they fall towards that point in space, and then they just are constantly moving it in front of them, and they're just falling towards it. And that's how they can do it super fast, because they can have this super dense area right in front of them, and they just move really fast.
But why don't other things move towards it?
And you know what's crazy? Right before this, there was a big enough black hole collision that we observed gravity waves for the first time. So we know it's a real thing. This was recently, I think, like 3 or 4 years ago, maybe 5. So we know it's an actual real thing. And then this stuff comes out, and it's like, oh, look at all that.
I think the best analogy for aliens is they're so advanced. This is why you got to watch Arrival, because the aliens in Arrival are so advanced that they speak this language that we can't even understand. They're like different dimensional beings almost.
Yeah.
Their language, it's like it's a circle. It's just a circle. That's how they form words, and the words are in a circle because they don't see time. Their sentences are not time, right? You can start anywhere on the sentence and it'll read the same way or whatever. But the thing is, they see time all at once. So, dude, it's a dope movie. It's super cool. Like the end of it, they're like, we're here because we can. So they can see the future, but not only can they see the future, they can't change anything, right? It's like a deterministic. If it's like, it tackles issues of determinism and stuff like that, which is like a philosophy thing, like whatever. But I could go into it. But it's like,
I mean, it sounds like you're trying to go into it.
It's just such a good movie. You got to watch it, bro. You have to watch it. Arrival.
Did you see the thing where the guy came into like the courtroom? I don't know if this was in a courtroom or in New Mexico or where this took place at, but it was some very official, high-ranking court. I don't think it was Supreme Court though.
Mm-hmm.
But he had brought this thing and said it was a replica because he didn't want to bring the real one, and it was from the crash of the Roswell incident. And he came up to New Mexico or his dad reported it. Okay, so this is like, he's talking about his dad. He said, my dad was the one that reported this, and the government released a statement saying that a UFO had crashed and we don't know what it is. And then like a day later, they redacted it and said, no, we never said that. And there's a lot of people that say, yes, I remember that. Like, it came out and then they took it away. And he had a replica that he had made of one of the pieces of the ship that he left at home so that he could bring it to the courtroom to pass it around. And it was this thin metal, and they said it was a complete disc. There's no way what we saw that was a weather balloon. And it had these like weird symbols all over around the side of the lining, like engraved into it. Wow. These weird ass symbols. And it's consistent with what people describe when there's all the documented UFO reports, like when people get close enough, the ones that are like not government official, but police reports, like if police see it or military, and they get it. It's like consistent with all that shit.
Why would you put symbols on the outside of a spacecraft?
I don't know. Maybe it gives them superpowers. They probably know something we don't, bro.
That is interesting, but the fact that he made a replica, I find kind of sus, because like he could have just sculpted that himself.
I know, but it was like one of the main guys involved in Roswell, and it's like the most famous UFO incident. I have a hard time believing you would do that.
Yeah, that's true.
And that guy was really mad, saying, "Just tell us what the fuck you know about it, because it traumatized my dad."
Really?
Yeah.
They're not going to say anything about aliens. They won't say anything about aliens until aliens literally... They just want to be... It's almost like getting canceled, right? Or if someone has your nudes, you're like, oh, well, I'm just going to start an OnlyFans, right? Before you leak it or whatever. Like, you know? That's what the government's going to do. It's like, well, they know aliens exist, but if aliens... They're going to wait till the very last second before aliens tell us that they exist to tell us, you know? They're going to break the news.
How do you make that contact? Like, if you say, for the sake of our argument, you want to make contact with the U.S. president first, how do you go? Do you just put yourself on the phone, you alien call them up, and you know our language because you've been observing us for a long time, and say, hello, I would like to talk to the president. And they're like, okay, who is this funny guy? And you're like, I can help you. I can advance your technology like crazy. We have this galactic federation that we want you to be a part of. And they're like, whatever, bro. And you're like, if you just please set up a meeting. And they're like, if you don't trust me, I can show you. And then they just come and they start levitating shit. And then how do you know they're not going to kill you?
Yeah.
They just send a fucking clone or something. But
I don't think that's as cool as a galactic federation. I think that it's like the analogy of we are ants and they are like us, right? We are to ants as aliens are to us, right? So they could just literally be stopping by and looking at us. Like sometimes you stop by and ponder, oh, that's a cool anthill. I wonder how many ants are in there.
Hey, you want to stop by Earth on your way to fucking Nebulon 867?
Well, not even that. Imagine you're walking down a sidewalk, you stop to tie your shoe, and you're like, oh, that's a neat anthill. I wonder what the ants are. I wonder how the queen's doing. Do they have a queen? How does everyone know what their job is? That might be what
they... You find a little puddle next to the ant, and then you bury your ship in it without leaving any trace of actually going into it. That being the water.
And then you move along. You move along from the anthill because they are insignificant on your life, right? Another thing could be if they're from a different dimension, right? I may have told you this already, but a point on a graph sees a 2D line, right? This is just looking at the dimensions. A point on a graph sees a 2D line. It's just straight, right? Now, if you were to slide a square through that plane, it would start as a line and then be two dots separate, right? For a long time, and then it would be a straight line again, right? That's the square. And that's what the dot sees. The dot's like, I saw you as a line, I saw you as two dots in the same spot, or in opposite spots, and then I saw you as a line again. He doesn't know it's a square. Now, if you put a cube through that plane, and the dot's observing it, it sees like a one dot, and then it sees four dots, five dots, and then it sees a vertex, and then it sees, it never sees the cube, right? It doesn't even see a line. Now, if we're third dimensional and they're fifth dimensional, we couldn't even observe them, right? As a being. They don't even probably have physical forms.
So I understand what you're saying. So there could be a lot that's already here that we're just not fucking seeing because we can't comprehend it.
Exactly.
Because we are the little dot.
Yeah.
Which could be true. It might actually be true. Like they're just controlling everything and have so much impact and we just don't know it. We're an anthill that they almost step on every single day. They just don't.
Could be.
Because the wife got mad and said, Jerry, stop stepping on the anthills. that. He's
Watch
like,
it,
you know
Jerry.
what? Maybe it'll give me good karma. You're right, dear. And so we're just in the backyard.
Mm-hmm.
But he's coming to stomp on us next week in his mind, which is about 3 billion years in our time.
Yeah. And you could also think about it that they don't want to talk to us until we're ready to talk to them, right? Like in that Arrival movie.
Do ants think that about us? They're like, we see them all the time. When are they going to make contact? They don't even know we're here.
Maybe.
I mean, we know they exist because, like, I went outside the fucking colony the other day and I came back with, like, 4 cracker crumbs. I don't know where they came from. This is not nutrients from the dirt. This is a cracker crumb. It is so good. We have no idea where this mysterious substance is coming from.
And they don't even know that that was processed in a factory. They can't even comprehend that, right?
Yeah.
And that the food that they got from that was grown in farms, and there's people that work in those farms. And then there's people that work at processing the food. And then there's people that work on packaging the food. And then the food, that cracker wound up right in front of that anthill, and the anthill has no idea what is happening, right? That's the alien landing on the ship, or landing on Earth. That cracker. And there's our white joke.
That cracker. When I say that the aliens dropped a cracker, I meant that they were killing white people.
Yeah. Yeah, they dropped a cracker. All right, I want to show you this because, dude, graphics are getting so stupidly good. Look at this. This is gameplay from a...
The S21 Ultra has 1440p. Random to anybody listening.
So look, this is a
Hello.
it's a little uncanny because it's not perfect yet, but this is she's in VR right now. So it's tracking her face, her fingers, and her movements as she walks around.
So this is someone in VR looking at
I'm a
another person in
digital
VR.
human.
Yes. No. This person is VR. She's being projected into the video game.
You mean she's an AI?
No, she's a real
I don't
person.
get what you're saying.
So
No, but they just said she was created by someone else. They've done that for. Do you mean they're just recording her movements outside and placing
Yes,
it in this?
yeah.
Because they do that. They've done that for like 10 years.
I know, but
like
it's
video
like
games and stuff.
I know that they use that for graphics and stuff for video games, but it's like it's being tracked real time and being rendered real time. So like in a VR world, you could look at me and I could look at you and we would be being rendered in real time, you know?
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I was created by an international team of artists and engineers who wanted to challenge our ideas of what a synthetic human could be.
And in video games, it usually looks like the person wearing it. This looks nothing like the person wearing it, which is crazy. It's just following the mouth movement. It's like wearing a different skin.
Dude, can I put a different skin on in VR? Dude, no, I want to watch that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Why would you show it? And
It's
then
like-
you're
it's
just
like-
look at this as a person, and then you left it. I didn't even get the point.
My bad.
Got state-of-the-art real-time graphics and an unprecedented level of detail in my eyes, skin, and hair. Cool, right? But I'm more than just a collection of fancy pixels. I'm actually being driven by a real human actress and her dynamic motion capture through Unreal Engine. So what are you waiting for? Come meet me at the Vicon booth and see for yourself.
That's freaky.
Yeah, dude, graphics are getting so crazy. Look at this video. Look at this video of this guy walking around this room.
But real-time lighting like this, I mean, you can only kind of see where this is going to go. This is going to go to, like high-end houses that are being sold in the market. VR pictures are no longer there, even though not a lot of people actually use VR images. Only a certain...
This couch, could you tell me that this is an image?
Maybe one that was taken on an iPhone 12.
It looks more realistic than real life.
Yeah, that's fucking freaky.
I don't even have words for how crazy. It's called Unreal Engine 5, and it's only the 5th one. Imagine, my dad is alive, and my dad played on video games where it was like just a screen, right? It was just like Doom. It was like a side scroller and shit.
Awesome. Let's take a look.
Here's Unreal. Here's Unreal Engine playing an actual game.
Detail requires shadows to be pixel accurate as well, and Nanite can do that too. Speaking of lighting, all of the lighting in this
my
demo is
poor
completely
hardware.
dynamic, with the power of Lumen that even includes multi.
This is stupid. This woman's in a cave that doesn't exist, and this is created by an artist. This place doesn't exist. It's not like they just mapped out a world, you know?
Sound field rendering allows us to record and play back spatialized audio.
Now
That's terrifying.
Now,
with that good of graphics, that is terrifying.
Now, the craziest thing is, if you're in VR and they get some sort of sensor thing on you so you can feel tactile responses, it is getting eerily close to you not even knowing which one of you is real, right? When you're in a world with that good of graphics and you're looking around, feeling, touching, smelling, tasting shit, maybe, who knows, the technology could be there. We don't even know. We can't
They
even.
could. You're right. They could come with very like condensed.
Dude, this gave me a
fumes
mental
and scents,
breakdown.
And it would go over your nose, and anytime you enter a new area, you would smell something different.
Dude, this gave me a mental. I mean, yeah, literally, they could just make the mask extend down to the nose.
And there's different refillable things you can get for all the scents.
But like, dude, this gave me a mental breakdown. It's like, you don't know that we're not living in a computer simulation. We can't even prove it. And we are getting the fact that we're getting so close to our graphics being real life in such a short amount of time. Imagine 1,000 years from now and tell me that we can't create a simulation where the people in the simulation think that they're living lives. 1,000 years from now, the technology that we have right now is stupid good on the graphics. I don't know. It's crazy.
It's just constantly running, and the AI all lives in its own little world.
The thing is, you run the AI. You run the AI. For instance, you run the AI at 1,000 times speed for you, so you can see them work through an evolution process, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, they start as animals, and then you see how they die. Like, they nuke themselves. But they're living it real life. Thousands, millions of years go through for them. But you're just watching a simulation run through for a week, right? But each one of those AI in that thing, billions and billions, they all thought they were real. That's us. Does this not freak you out, bro?
There's nothing I can do about it. I think it's
That's true.
interesting, though.
That's true. That's the only way to really think about it.
And then that AI is going to make their own version of VR.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the shittest AI. I wonder what my purpose is. What was I programmed for? I'm like the shittest NPC.
Yeah. Yeah. Now let's play news, real or fake. I'm bringing this back. This is an old school one. Remember this?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you look like an unlockable character right now.
I'm so black.
You are so black.
Well, you can't even see my face.
Homie's
It's just
unlocked,
you hover
bro.
over me and it's all question marks.
Homie's just locked, bro. Unlock Nick. Nick, give me the deal or no deal. Let me talk to the banker
I don't
real
know
quick.
How that sounds. Does he like? Does he talk in a really deep voice?
Yeah. The best I can do is 15 nickels. Dude, you really look like the banker from Deal or No Deal. All right, now let's play real or no real. All right.
Ah.
I'm going to give you 3 different options. I'm gonna give you 3 different questions, right? There will be 2 options within one. One will be real, and one will be no real, right? Here is the first one. Can you see my screen?
Nope.
Okay, good, because this is gonna give it away. Here is the title. The only thing you get is the title. Mannequins banned from display in shops for causing immoral thoughts. Or this one. This one is experts encourage Americans to start thinking about what form of government they'd like to try after democracy crumbles. Opinion piece.
I think the mannequins is fake.
That is false.
So I'm
The
correct?
mannequins is real. No, the mannequins
Oh.
is real. That's the real one. That is from the Nile Post. Let me read some of this article to you. Display dummies that mimic the human form have been banned in northern Nigeria state because they violate Islamic teachings. Display dummies that mimic the human form has been banned. Okay. Such mannequins are also responsible for immoral thoughts among some members of the public, according to the head of Kano State's Islamic police force, Hizbah.
Do they go around interviewing people? Hey, that thing make you chub? That make you want to rape and acid your women? They're like, yeah. Yeah, it put me over.
Yep. All right, here we go. Second one. Real or no real? Female weightlifter suffers tragic testicle injury just weeks before Tokyo Olympics. Or
That sounds like it's totally real.
Or sad, lonely feeling. Tokyo man evicted twice, 50 years apart, for Olympic construction. Unluckiest man alive.
I feel like, I don't know, the testicle female thing sounds like something ridiculous that you would say. I don't think that's how they word it, so I feel like the guy got evicted twice is real.
Yes, it is real. Which is, I mean, crazy. He's been, so 50 years apart, this guy got evicted for the Tokyo 1964 Tokyo Olympics. He was evicted from his house. He was sad but proud to contribute to Japan in a moment of national triumph. But then he was evicted again in 2013 at the age of 80, so the government could rebuild the stadium for the 2020 Olympics. It felt like a bitter twist of fate, made worse when he saw as official indifference. It also forced him and his wife, Yosoku, out of the tight-knit public housing community where they'd lived for over half a century. It was so hard to leave. It was a place I'd lived for the longest in my life. This is depressing. I mean, this guy got kicked out twice. All right, last set. We have real or no real. So you're one. This is the tiebreaker. You've lost one, and you got one. Here it is. Minister Iman Ryan cleans glasses with face mask in live interview about threat of COVID. Or Biden, if you don't use the N-word, you ain't my son. Which one's real? That is a quote from Biden. Or Prime Minister Eamon Ryan cleans glasses with face mask on live interview about the threat of COVID-19.
I really don't want the second one to be true. I
Biden,
think
if
the
you don't
first
use
one's
the
true.
N-word, you ain't my son.
I don't think that's true. I don't think Biden said that.
That is correct, but the hesitation really speaks wonders with that one.
Yeah.
All right, let me go get a glass of water and then we can start these TikToks. And then we'll be done. We're almost done. All right. And we're back with some epic TikToks curated by none other than the AfroMattt himself. Here we go. Let's start with a classic. Nick, bringing this one back from the grave. We got this.
Part 10 to telling people I'm a barber when I'm not. Our next client over here, what's your name, bro?
Timothy.
I got you.
Timothy.
And we upgraded to a chair. I'm about to get my boy right.
I have. Yeah, it is nappy.
Man, your shit is nappy, bro.
Shit, this. I don't cut so hard.
Man, stop,
I haven't
move.
watched this one.
Oh.
He's doing his signature. Yes, sir.
Just the process right here.
Woo!
All right, man. It's the finished result. Get my boy Tim looking good. Look up for me, man. Look up. How you look? How you feel, bro?
I guess I feel alright.
All right, hey. Check it out.
He's being so polite.
Man, stop playing. I don't wear no shit like that. You better cut that shit off.
Bro, this is the best haircut you ever got.
That shit off.
Bro, what's wrong with it?
Cause I ain't on that.
What's wrong with
I
it?
would have killed myself.
I will go kill him, but oh god, that's funny. We got one more from him.
Part 12 for telling people I'm a barber when I'm not. We're back now. We got our next client over here. What's your name, bro?
Jameson.
Gotcha.
Ooh, lining him up. Line him up with the
Progress
manscaped.
right here.
Oh
How
my
it feel
God.
back here, man? It's feeling breathable? Breathable? Alright. Gotcha.
Breathable, breathable.
That right there, that's from my man
Ooh,
Jameson.
give him
How
a
you feeling,
bump.
man?
It feels good.
Alright. So my man Jameson over here was just giving me a little bit of Jewish vibe, so I was gonna give him jazzled.
There's no way he doesn't feel that that's just skin right
Bam,
there.
so there's a result. We got my man Jewish from Ireland. Let me see the back, man. Do a spin for us.
How's it looking?
Shh, looking real
Ooh.
nice, man.
Clean. Clean. My homie got clean, bro.
Got Jewed out.
Got Jesuit. Alright, let's watch this guy.
Yeah, Friday's the day for legends, baby. Fuck, baby. Fuck, yeah. Yeah. You gotta be a real one to understand. If you don't understand, go to summer school, baby. Fuck, baby. Fuck. Go to summer school. You dumb fuck. Fuck.
It's like I have Tourette's.
I don't think so. I think he's just a cool dude. He's just cool.
He's just vibing.
Mm-hmm. I think his name is White Claw Gabe. So if you want to look him up on TikTok, that's his name. And we got another one from the King. This one struck me as I don't usually grab kings unless they strike me as off. And this one, he's not in a truck. He's not in his bed. He's not over you. He's outside. So, and he has hostages.
Kings and queens above 18, how we doing tonight? I want you to meet somebody. This is Nikki and her son.
Look how scared
hi,
he
Elijah.
is.
Hi. Say hi.
Okay, he's chilling.
Say hi. Who is that? Is that mommy? Is that mommy? Is that mommy Nikki? That's my neighbor Nikki and her son. You guys need to get on my page and tell Nikki and her son how beautiful they are.
Yeah, big
Now,
beautiful ass. Yep.
My king's out there.
His
Nikki's
eyes aren't even
single.
open, dude.
She's looking for a king to take care of her. You guys have a beautiful night, and I will talk to you soon. Let me know if you guys want to date Nikki. She's single.
Oh.
Have a good night.
You want to get Nikki?
Dude, I don't like the way he looks from the side. I'm not used to seeing that.
Yeah, his profile's odd.
Look at his neck. It's like a frog throat. He's actually like that. That one was him interacting with real people.
Yeah, no, that's
like
him.
He's actually like that.
No, he's real. That's not a character. He is searching for queens above 18. Here's one where he's over you.
Good morning, my kings and queens above 18. Time to get up. Pull them covers off that nice, beautiful queen of yours and kiss her.
Queen? Did he mean to say ass?
Yeah.
Or is it addressed to kings and queens and he's giving the king instructions?
Oh, I didn't think about that. I thought he messed
It's like
up.
a role play. He's telling them how to do role play.
Oh, this is advice.
Beautiful queen of yours and kiss her ass.
Oh.
Yeah,
Smack
that's what it
it
is.
and get her up and put her in the shower. Then you got to go down and fix her breakfast, whatever she wants. And that goes for you queens also.
Oh.
You got to do the same. All right. I'm still looking for my favorite queen in the morning. Akron, Canton, Cleveland area.
He was
Even
he was
the
giving
Youngstown
relationship
area.
advice there.
Dude, he's still going on it with his address. Listen.
Akron, Canton, Cleveland area, even the Youngstown area. Warn. Let me know.
All these counties.
Within 50 miles of Canton and Massillon or Akron or Cleveland. Whatever.
Within 50 miles of these 6 cities, come find me. 50 miles is so long. That's like an hour in every direction around 6 cities.
No, I think you said 15, not 50.
No, you said 50. Wait, let's listen. Let's run it back.
Canton, Cleveland area, even the Youngstown area. Warn. Let me know. Within 50 miles of Canton and
50.
Massillon or Akron or Cleveland.
Okay.
Whatever.
We'll go an hour for the perfect queen.
You guys have a beautiful day. I hope to hear from you soon. My kings and queens above 18, I love you all. Let's go for a ride today. Hit me up on my page. Let's do it.
That one sounds aggressive. Let's do it.
Man, I feel like we should take a weekend to that area and hit him up and just take him to a strip club.
Oh, man, that guy needs to bust a nut, bro. Get him a hooker.
Yeah.
Get that man a hooker. Let's lighten it up with this one. I have one that will crack you up. I'm gonna try to get you to break. Oh wait, Nick, let's
you want
try
me to do the water thing.
Yeah, let's do the water thing. I have water too.
Is this a good one?
This might be a good one. I don't know if this one's gonna make you break, but
Okay. All right, hold it in your mouth and then play it.
I didn't even start it. I almost spit my water everywhere.
Now you got to get more, dude.
This is gonna suck.
You can't make me laugh. That's cheating. I have to laugh at the video.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold it in and then play it. We're both doing this, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. This is your pilot, Muhammad Ali Abdullah Ibrahim. We just want to thank you for flying Southwest. This is your last flight. All other flights are grounded after this one for the night. We do have bombs on the plane. Bombs Burgers is sponsoring the flight, so please enjoy a burger on us. Once we get in California, there'll be another 9/11, maybe 12% chance of rain. So please fasten your seatbelts and get ready for the ride.
Didn't break me.
I broke when he said halama seikum.
Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters.
Assalamu alaikum.
Oh God. Okay, let's do it again with this one. I'm gonna really focus for this one.
Okay, all right. Wait, don't start it. Don't start it. Let me.
Gaming terms for parents. There's a lot of words that gamers use that parents don't fully understand, so here's some terms that you may hear your children say, just so you know they're being safe. First one is AFK. That's asking for ketamine. A horse tranquilizer is very popular amongst many gamers, and a lot of people don't have access to it, so AFK, asking for ketamine. GG, this is among the sexual deviance of gaming. It's group gangbang. They're looking for a group to kind of release that tension of a few rough games and have a group gangbang. Third one is gonna be...
Thank you guys for making it so long into the podcast. This is about an hour and 30 minutes in, which is a long podcast. So if you made it this far, good on you. Just type I'm gay in the comments if you made it this far. This podcast is brought to you in part by ketamine. Ketamine, whatever. I don't have the energy. I just woke up. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You want to go again? All right. Halfway through this video, I'm resetting.
Can I get a buy? They don't have access to either alcohol or illegal substances, so they're asking if someone can buy that for them. One shot means a person is one shot of alcohol away from passing out and therefore being taken advantage of. And the last one is going to be resme. This is when someone is asking for a little bit of marijuana resin to get high. Know the terms, keep your kids safe, folks.
I survived.
Dude.
The group gangbang is probably the best one.
GG group gangbang.
I'm gonna start saying GG with a question mark.
All right. All right. Fuck it. Let's do one more. I want to make it through one whole one. This one's 18 seconds long. If I can't make it through this, I mean...
If you lose any water, you're out. It has to all be in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
What you do doesn't make you gay. It's the intentions behind it. It's whether you like it or not. You feel me? I could kiss a nigga. That don't make me gay. I could fuck a nigga in his ass if I wanted to. That don't mean I'm gay. I could just...
No, dude.
That got him.
I should have been looking away. It's all over my monitor, bro.
I got him. I got him, baby.
I gotta clean this shit off my monitor.
You didn't think you were gonna break on.
I wasn't even reading the caption. I didn't even care. That guy just made me laugh. I did not expect that.
We broke him, boys. We broke him.
Okay, wait. Look, hold on. Let me drink more. Now I have to reset halfway through.
It's an 18-second video.
Yeah, I know. Wait. Did you swallow after I bust out?
Yeah. Okay. I held it. Oh, God. All right.
All right, I'm resetting.
All right.
I could fuck a nigga in his ass if I wanted to. That don't mean I'm gay. I could just do it just to do it. And I'll still be straighter than a fucking...
Okay. Well, I got broken. See, him. If I knew he was going to say that stuff, I wouldn't have laughed. That was more of a shock factor.
Yeah, I think that was good. I think that's everything. Pretty much.
You have a bunch of stuff you don't want to show him.
Nah, these ones are kind of lame. This one's interesting. I mean, this guy's...
Here are my 3 reasons on why I don't cuss. Number 1, it never solves anything. Does cussing make life better? No. Does cussing help you get straight A's in school? No. Does cussing help you fix broken relationships?
I don't even know if this is satire. That's why I didn't want to show it, because this guy could literally be joking right now, or he could be 100% serious. And I don't know.
Yeah.
But I looked at his videos, and I mean, he doesn't cuss in any of them. So that's a bonus for this argument. Mm-hmm. And he seems like the kind of guy that would be like this. I mean, he seems like maybe
Minecraft server.
Well, he might be on the spectrum.
No.
Tips? Absolutely not. So get with the program and clean up your language. Number 2, it's very unprofessional, especially in a work setting. Just hear me out, people. Cussing on the job is 1, insubordinate, and 2, just not intelligent. And number 3, my own personal experience. The last time I cussed was when I was 5. I said the S word in front of my dad, and then I got a big spanking, and I never ever cussed again.
That must have been one huge spanking.
Yeah.
To never cuss after 5?
I stub my toe and I make new words.
I think one time when I was a kid, I called my sister the B word. And then my mom made me call my dad. And then pretty sure I got like grounded or something.
Oh, there was this one time where we were on vacation and my family was getting along and they weren't used to that. Shit. And you know that song by B.O.B. and the lady's in it? She's like, I could really use a wish right now.
Wish right now. Wish right now.
And I said, Katie is a fish right now. Fish right now.
Fish right now.
From the other room and started screaming at me. And I got in trouble. And I had no idea why I was getting in trouble. And they thought I was saying bitch.
Ah.
They thought I was calling her a bitch.
Damn. That would have been a good one.
It would have, but I was being nice.
I called my sister the B word on a bus. I don't know why. But I got home from school and then Sarah ratted me out. And then I got in trouble.
Not cool. Is it weird that when
I haven't cussed since?
So when you're looking at something moving back and forth really fast on like 144 hertz monitor, now do you have like a pen on your desk or something?
Yeah.
pencil. Okay, take it and just put it back and forth really fast. I don't understand how I can see 144 frames on a monitor, but I can't see it right in front of my face right now.
It's motion blur, bro. We have motion blur in real life. We don't have that in
We have
video
motion
games.
blur turned on.
Yeah.
How do you turn it off?
You know
How
what-
I just don't understand how we can see that on a screen but not in real life.
Wait, Nick, follow
What?
take that same pen and follow your eyes, and you see how smooth it is when it follows your eyes?
Yeah.
When you follow the pen, your eyes on the pen?
Yeah.
Now, try to make your eyes smooth across that same plane without using the pen.
Oh, you can't do it.
You
I already know
can't.
You can't do it.
Yeah. It's because the way we evolved, and if you don't believe in evolution, good on you. But the way we evolved is because we were hunters. So our eyes are really good at locking onto something and staying onto it. And that's when they're good for smoothing, right? They're smoothing when they're tracking something. But they can't go smoothly when we're just looking around. They have to stop and focus on something and observe their surroundings.
You ever notice how when people pick up like usually the bird variety of reptiles and they move them, their heads always stay in the same spot?
Mm-hmm.
Like
Like
if they move them
chickens.
down, their
Chickens
head
do that
goes up.
too.
Yeah, they just like stay in the same spot
Like a
in
gimbal.
space. Yeah, that one's pretty freaky. That's cool
Yeah.
how they have that. They evolved to do that.
All right, this podcast has gone on very long. We're gonna cut it short. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the AfroMattt Show. Bye.
Fuck.